Hey folks, welcome back to the XNA Roundup Show. This is episode number 23, and I'm your host, Nick the Dude. Thanks so much for tuning in. Here at XNA Roundup headquarters, we find the best games on the Xbox Live community games section and give you the rundown on what's worth playing each and every week. Support XNA Roundup by subscribing to our show via iTunes or YouTube. You can also link or embed our videos on your blog, Twitter, or Facebook page. We've got a bit of a mashup episode for you this week. First up, we're actually jumping over to the Xbox Live arcade side to check out the lighthearted 8-bit art-styled multiplayer shooter, Rocket Riot. After that, we turn our Xbox into a beatbox and look at ezmuze Plus Hamster Edition. Let's jump right into the reviews. We will see you on the other side. Developed using the same XNA tools and framework as every community game, the Xbox Live arcade title Rocket Riot shows off the platform's versatility and power in a single shot. I was initially impressed by the super cool 3D 8-bit art style of the levels. Then, when I found out you could destroy it all, shattering the platforms into tiny little particles, I was totally blown away. Another nice touch was the fact that the platforms would then reform after a short time. That's just the level design. Rocket Riot itself is really full-featured and fun as well. Primarily geared toward online multiplayer, the gameplay consists of flying around the board and trying to blow other folks up with your trajectory and power-based rocket cannon. It's basically a two-stick shooter setup, but there's no continuous firing. You use the right stick to aim your shot and hold it longer for more power, then let go to fire. Definitely different enough to separate it from your typical dual-stick shooter. You have a health bar over your head, and your left stick steers you around. That's pretty much it in terms of controls. There's what seems like 50 different kinds of power-ups to enhance your rocket weapon, plus some fairly painful power-downs. I liked how both the power-ups and power-downs lasted a good amount of time before expiring. Game mode-wise, there's two single-player options. Campaign mode, which does a good job of mixing up every different game type available into a unified experience. And endurance mode, which is a little like horde mode from Gears of War 2. Each level you're presented with more and more enemies, and you have to kill them all with just one life. You can also play endurance cooperatively with up to 4 people on the same Xbox. On the online and local multiplayer side, you have the standard deathmatch mode, which is probably the weakest option. Then you have my favorite, Golden Guy, in which you're fighting to wear a golden jacket which gives you a speed boost but disables your ability to shoot. The first player to wear the jacket for a combined total of 2 minutes wins the game. Golden Guy would be an absolute blast with a few friends playing on the same Xbox. Exclusive to online play is Rugby Riot and Destroy the Object. Rugby Riot is similar to a traditional capture the flag game. You're trying to get a single football through the other team's goalpost and also trying to keep the opposing team from doing the same. Destroy the Object is another team game in which your goal is to completely obliterate the opposing team's object while at the same time defending your own. As of this writing, it was hard to find a match for a specific mode, but I could usually at least find a game going on even though it might not be my preferred game. Hopefully this will improve as more people check out Rocket Riot. Whether you're looking for a casual party game for when friends come over, or some fairly hardcore online multiplayer action, Rocket Riot covers it all and is well worth the 800 points. If you've ever wanted to make your own music but just never got into playing an instrument or just would rather be on your 360 all the time, then ezmuze Plus Hamster Edition might be the answer for you. Basically, ezmuze turns your 360 into a loop-based sequencer, where you build songs by choosing and placing loops or small blocks of music into a grid. There are over 500 loops available in ezmuze, and by combining them together it's possible to create totally original songs. Just a quick note that if you want to unlock all 500 plus loops, you'll have to check out ezmuze.co.uk to get the unlock code. But once you enter it in, you'll have access to the full library forever. At first glance, the interface, controls, and learning curve do seem a little steep, but if you're willing to commit a little time to learning the setup, you should be creating and mixing songs within a half hour or less. The tutorials that are included are also very helpful and will quickly show you the ropes. You're basically limited to creating electronica style music, so if that isn't your thing, you may want to pass on ezmuze. If you're looking to create some music to accompany a YouTube video or something like that, ezmuze would be an ideal option. If you did decide you wanted to share the music, you can send a file to another Xbox Live member, but there's no easy way to get it off the Xbox. You need to plug in your Xbox audio out cords into something that can record or capture the sound. but the developer says they're trying to find a workaround. ezmuze is hands down the best non-game available on the community games section, and it's a great way to get started making music even if you've never played an instrument. Alright folks, that is our show for this week. Thank you so much for tuning in. You can get show updates at twitter.com/XNA Roundup, and you can email questions, comments, or suggestions to xnaroundup@gmail.com. Thanks so much. We'll see you next week.